everyone. I'm here today to talk to you about Bee's Knees Lacquer's upcoming Elden Ring inspired collection, inspired by the video game Elden Ring. Bee's Knees Lacquer created this absolutely stunning collection. It's actually a two-parter because I get it. She couldn't decide on what to cut and what not to cut, and there's just so much inspiration from the game. So part one of this collection will be releasing this month in June. It will release Friday, June 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then part two of this collection will be releasing in July. So right now I'm only sharing part one, which is 9 polishes, and they're all really pretty. There's some line cousins in there. There's shimmers. There's a few different kinds of formulas as well, and a few that are kind of new to Bee's Knees Lacquer. I'll talk more about them as I'm swatching, but this collection is gorgeous. It drops Friday, the 14th of June at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm just gonna get to the swatches, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about everything else afterwards. So let's talk about this collection as a whole. It was originally just one huge collection, but that'd be a really, really big collection. And that's kind of hard for, especially if you're a big fan of the game, for everyone to swing. So I actually really like that Bee's Knees decided to just split it into 2 collections. I love that they did that. It's still a big collection on its own. It's 9 polishes and it's beautiful and gorgeous. You can see that there's just a few different finishes and a few different colors. But we'll just hop right in to Praise the Dog. And this is inspired by the tortoises of Limgrave. And this one is a little bit a little bit similar to the Celestial Kingdom from last month. But this is definitely more gray than any of the more recent ones that were created. So Praise the Dog is described as a sheer grayed out blue with strong pink to gold to green microflake shimmer. So as per usual, the pink's really pulling through on here. But as per usual, this one's pretty sheer. As this formula tends to be. This is 3 coats over my natural nails, and on my index finger I have 1 coat of the blurring phantom base coat. So this is Caelid. We know that the swatcher batch has a typo on it, as you saw from kind of the bottle shot. Everything that will go out on the website, it will be correct, and anyone who buys this polish, it will be correct as well. At first glance, I thought this was going to be kind of a sibling to Act of Wrath from the Lore Olympus set, but this one's a little, it's a little more orangey maybe. It's not like that cherry red. It's actually described as a rich scarlet with strong green to purple microflake shimmer, and there is a note on there that this may stain. It is pretty pigmented. It's a red. Staining is definitely a thing. It's pulling pretty orange in my lighting right now, and the green is really showing through the green shimmer. But this is 3 coats over my nails. I once again have the blurring base coat on my index finger. You can see it's just this really, really pretty shifty red. This is just one of my favorite color combos in general. I'm a sucker for red. So this is one of my favorite polishes from the collection. This is Nokstella, and it's a new pink line cousin. I maybe wouldn't call, maybe we're calling it the pink because of the shimmer that's in it. Once again, I'm on the record of preferring line cousins to the regular original line finish. I much prefer this formula. I like how sheer it is. And I love the holo in there. I feel like it really pops. So Nokstella is described as a mid-tone purple base with pink to gold to green shimmer and a ton of holo flakes. So you can see it's still kind of sheer. It might build more with 3 coats. You'll see my final shots. I actually have some indoor and outdoor. This is just kind of indoor lighting and then outdoor lighting as well. This is 3 coats. You can still see some visible nail line. You might want to do a blurring base with this, but I feel like it also has enough holo that you don't really need it. This is Where Am I? Which I love bees knees names because they make me laugh. And this is literally just inspired by all the times Sarah had no idea where she was, but was still enjoying the backdrop of the game. This is another favorite from this collection for me. I feel like I just can't get enough multichromes, honestly. But this is described as an emerald to blue to purple multichrome, and it shifts to red and orange at the extremes. So my lighting for multichromes isn't like always the best because you can't really see the shifts when I'm swatching them. But this is why we do swatch pictures and we have movement video outside and stuff like that, so you can see a lot more. So this is just more showing the application. I don't think this needs a blurring base coat. This is 2 coats over my natural nails. I did do 3 for these, so you can really see the multichrome here. So Where Am I this is super vibrant. It's definitely one of my favorites from the collection. This is Let's See the Stars, and people seem to really, really love this one. It's very pretty, and it's inspired by the Jellyfish Sisters. And it is described as having a rich blurple base with a soft blue shimmer. And yeah, I guess it's blurply. I'm bad with color. Color theory is not my thing, but this is why I'm not a maker. And I just like putting polish on my nails. You can see that it definitely has like a purple vibe to it, but the soft blue shimmer in it really softens it up so it's not like aggressively purple or blurple if that's not your thing. It's definitely more on the blue side of that family. So you can see it goes on a little sheer in 1 coat, and then over the 2nd coat, it does, it builds really nicely. You'll probably want a 3rd just to, you probably still get some visible nail line with 2 coats because it's not like incredibly sheer. You can see I still have a little bit of visible nail line here. But I really, really like this one. It's a really nice soft color. And I actually don't think I have anything like this in my collection. I still did 3 coats here. And you can see some of the blurple come through here. But I like this one a lot. This is Maidenless. And this is what do we call this? It's kind of like I think it's a shimmer for sure. And I think it's got like a chiffon base is what Sarah called it. So this polish will not build to opacity like at all. So it's definitely a good topper, or you can build it in multiple coats. I did 2 for these and I did 3 for my final as per usual. But Maidenless is a sheer pale purple and has a super strong gold to green to blue microflake shimmer. There is a note in here that it dries textured, so you might want a glitter top coat. I didn't find that at all. I think it dried super, super flat. So, that's up to you though. This is Torrent, and Torrent is this is just kind of like a really funky base. I really like this one. It's kind of, I'm a fan of like elevated neutrals in a way, and this is described as a mix between gray and taupe with silver to blue metallic shimmer. And you can see very obviously you have that silver to blue metallic shimmer, and this is in 2 coats. You'd probably want, you could build up, it builds up very, very nicely in 3 as I did for my final video, but you might want a bit of a blurring base. I did the blurring base on my index again, so you can see that there is some visible nail line. So 1 coat of blurring base though I feel like really did the job for that one, if that's up your alley. Then this is Get Lobstered. I love it. One of my favorites from this collection, and it's inspired by Sarah's nemesis. So I'm just a sucker for this kind of polish. I just am. It's sheer grayed out purple with a strong green to blue microflake shimmer. And that's all I ever need in this world, is something along the vibes of this. You can see it is sheer. It's a sheer polish in general. I know some people have beef with the bee's knees shears, and I frankly don't care. I like a sheer polish. I don't mind. I like the glow. I really like the base coat or the blurring base that Bee's Knees came out with, because I feel like it does maintain the glow a bit. But this is 3 coats over my natural nails. I have the blurring base on my index, so you can see it does blur out some of the visible nail line if that bothers you. And the rest don't have the blurring base. And last but not least, for this part 1 of the Elden ring collection, this is the Golden Path, and this is a new gold lion cousin, and it is it's like a dark gold base, and it has that gold to green shimmer and a ton of holo flakes. I'm a sucker for gold polishes. They're right up there with like those, you know, nice elevated neutral. So I love a gold polish because they're the lion cousins. They're a little more sheer than the lion like siblings, but this builds beautifully in 3 coats, and the holo really pops on this one. I have indoor and outdoor lighting of this one for a movement video, so you can really see here how nice. It's a really nice gold. Gold is like one of my favorite neutral colors. And outside, you get some of the holo in there. I didn't really have great sun, but there you go. So that was the Elden Ring collection, part 1 of the Elden Ring collection by Bee's Knees Lacquer. Once again, this collection drops on Friday, the 14th of June, and then pre-order will be open through the whole week, through the 23rd of June. Shop opens at 7 p.m. Eastern time and will close the 23rd of June at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, so like right before midnight. So along with the new collection, the part 1 of Elden Ring dropping, there will also be overpours on like the Crimson Moth polishes. So if you missed anything from the Crimson Moth Heartless Hunter collection, there will be overpours available of that, as well as the Tempest of Tea mystery bags, which are all those really pretty like sheer pastel-y sparkly polishes. Those mystery bags, those polishes will now be available individually on the Bee's Knees Lacquer site, same time as everything else. So once again, everything shop opens on Bee's Knees site Friday the 14th of June, and shop will remain open through the 23rd of June, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. And then we'll have swatches up on my Instagram of all the polishes, as well as like, I might have individual swatch videos on there. I'm undecided yet because I do kind of have this whole video. So if you've watched this, you've seen them. But I'll have pictures up of everything on my Instagram at Polished Bookworm. So feel free to DM me there, drop me a comment here. Let me know if you're picking anything up, and I will talk to you later. Oh, actually, I will not talk to you later. I'll talk to you real quick. Bee's Knees Lacquer is also doing a 15% off sale on everything on the site. So if you want to save some money, everything will be 15% off. And now I'll talk to you later. Bye.